Yo, so someone linked me this the other day. Nah. You don't even know, guys. You don't even know. Are you ready? I want you to brace yourselves. Here we go. It just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. Continued in comments because fuck Reddit and also cringe. So we're obviously not going to read all this. There's no way. There's more words here than the Bible. Ask Chat GPT to summarize. Holy sh... Okay. What if it says Chat GPT jumps off a cliff? Oh, God. I hope it's doing it. It's fucking doing it. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. The Reddit post titled "The Occult Crescent" is a mangled mess of conflicting design. It presents a critical analysis of Final Fantasy XIV's new field operation, Occult Crescent, introduced in patch 7.25 of Dawntrail. The author, an experienced player familiar with previous field operations like Eureka and Boja, acknowledges the fun aspects of the content but focuses on its design shortcomings. Lack of progression. The author argues that Occult Crescent lacks a meaningful sense of progression. Unlike previous field operations where players could feel a tangible advancement, Occult Crescent's design doesn't prove the same rewarding experience. I honestly think it's about the same. I think it's all shit. The thing about these things is like you never have to do it. You never feel like you have to do it. So the rewards are all like, okay, here's the thing about Final Fantasy XIV, man. The rewards in Final Fantasy XIV are always abysmal. Like JP developers do not know how to reward their players, man. And it's always been like that. It doesn't feel like progress because you have access to the full zone and Aetheryte. I don't know. I kind of like that, actually. I like just being able to jump in there, man, and just like go around to the Aetherites. I will say the mount from there sucks. I don't necessarily agree with this point. I think it's about the same, though. Basically, if he's trying to say that Boja and BA were better or whatever, Eureka were better, I think he's wrong. I think it's about the same. But I will agree that the rewards are ass. They're horrible. Let's see, conflicting design elements. The post highlights that the zone's design incorporates elements that don't cohesively work together, leading to a disjoint gameplay experience that includes mechanics that seem at odds with each other, causing confusion and frustration among players. I'd have to like go into detail about it. That's the problem with his post, man. Like, who the fuck is gonna read all this shit? Like, even if this motherfucker has points, the way that he presented it is so ass that who the fuck is gonna read all this, man? I don't think that it's at odds at each other. I think that they could have done it better. Like, I think you should get gold coins from CEs. I think CE should give you a little bit of everything. Basically, the Aether Spun Gold, I think it coming out of chests is fucking cringe. I think that the only way to get that item is purely by RNG. I think that's fucking awful. That's my biggest complaint. Oh, here's another big complaint too. I hate that you can't get those job stones or those extra jobs throughout any means besides Fates. Or SE. And also, why the fuck did they take away the queue system? Man, you know, I kind of want to do a video on this because I have a lot to say. Because in a lot of ways, Boja was vastly superior to both Eureka and OC. Let's see, Phantom Jobs implementation. While the introduction of Phantom Jobs adds variety, the author feels that their integration into gameplay is not seamless. The mechanics surrounding these jobs can be cumbersome, detracting from the... What? Okay, this 100% disagree. 100% disagree. The Phantom Jobs in OC are literally the best system that they have added to an exploration zone by a fucking mile. It's not even close. It's not even fucking close, man. This is way better than the Lost Actions, way better than that stupid elemental wheel. This shit is awesome. Tower of Blood accessibility. The author mentions limited engagement with the Tower of Blood, a 48-player raid within Occult Crescent due to the choices that make participation less appealing or accessible. This impacts the overall content experience. 100% agree. Fork Tower is actually an amazing raid. Fork Tower is a 10 out of 10. It is awesome. But the problem is the accessibility. I don't know why that they took 2 steps back from BA. It's actually incredible how stupid the fucking developers are sometimes. It's actually incredible the dumbass decisions that this fucking game makes. Why in the fuck would you have DRS be so fucking good? Like, you just literally queue into it. That's fucking perfect. Just keep it the same. Now they have a system where you can only access it like every 40 minutes. Are you fucking kidding me? That alone is going to detour a lot of people from even trying it. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, especially when it didn't work out in BA. Like, yes, people still do BA, but they don't like the queuing shit. No one likes to have their portal stolen. Despite these criticisms, the author reiterates that the content can be enjoyable, especially when played with friends. However, they emphasize that enjoyment doesn't negate the design flaws. Yes, there's some things I agree with that the person wrote, and some things I don't agree with. Apparently, sucking at fights in Occult Crescent is against the rules. I'm not the best at picking up fight mechanics and reading encounters, so it's expected that I'm going to be a floor tank in Occult Crescent on literally every single CE fight. Today, I get yanked out of OC and into GM jail, accused of lethargic gameplay by other players, and was given a warning. I don't do high-end raiding because I can't pick things up well, but at least I try to learn normal fights and raids, but apparently it's not good enough for some people that I struggle, and then I get left dead on the floor for the entire fight, so yeah, it's kind of hard to learn when dead. Now, is this true? Or did he just, like, not accept a res? If being bad at a game was punishable, then that would eliminate 75% of the player base. Obviously, you did something else besides just being bad at the fight. Like maybe not accepting raises or something. Has anyone got in trouble for lethargic gameplay? Not accepting raises. This is my guess. I and others died a ton in OC on first day. None got reported that I know of. This person, if this is true, this person didn't get reported for dying in a fight. Yeah, this person fucked up some other way. That's if it's true. I had someone at my party the other day with an ultimate weapon and full 745 OC gear who would floor take constantly and then only accept raises when the timer was literally at 1 second. That may have been me. I think you're going to have to explain more here. Were you also ignoring res and staying on the ground? Because if that's the case, then yeah, you're not contributing. And even that stuff comes up. Sometimes, yeah, I feel like Square Enix wouldn't ban you for that. That you wouldn't even get in trouble. I've never heard of someone getting a ban for that. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen because Square Enix banned you for stupid reasons. But how would they know that something in RL didn't happen? I don't know, man. Yeah, see right here. You're not telling the whole story. Also, man, whenever I want to die and just not play and just fucking leech off of people, I always get like 5 raises, man, because apparently there's like an achievement or something for raising on Chemist or something. I feel like this is bullshit. To the people saying not all content is for you, thanks for reminding us this game is for people with no jobs and terminal case of lack of empathy. So here we go again. The grind paladins, the relic purists, the brave few who think 14 is best enjoyed like a second unpaid internship are at it again. Imagine foaming at the mouth because someone dared to say, hey, maybe I don't want to grind 300 fates for a weapon. I might glamour twice. Guess it's now my time to vent and farm some karma. Having a life, that's apparently the height of entitlement. Not, demanding that everyone else... What is this guy even bitching about? Free time, insanity, spending 60 hours. Okay, so this guy doesn't want to do 300 fates. Okay. Some people use the term... doing 300 fates would probably be better than RNG, honestly. Doesn't see sub's name. Oh, is this shitpost? Oh, okay. Okay. We're just saying some of us have other... Well, no, I want to read a post that's not like, that's not meme. I want to read a post where someone's actually mad, dude. Yeah. Are there any posts where people are actually mad? Oh, wait. No, here's a post. Occult is awful, and I enjoyed both Eureka and Boja greatly. Well, this doesn't make any sense because Occult, in my opinion, is better than Eureka, but worse than Boja, so it's kind of like in the middle. Optimal gameplay that everyone has devolved into is sprinting to a fate, killing it in 5 seconds, returning, immediately sprinting to the next fate, killing it in 5 seconds, returning. Well, yeah, but that's what you did in the others. What do you mean? That's exactly what you did in the others. Actually, in Boja, you didn't even have to return. You would just queue in. Critical engagements are poorly designed and encourage tank turtling. Get hit more than once on a DPS job and you're eating the floor, having no fun, and placing a burden on your teammates. I mean, but that's exactly the same as the other two. Sure, it's a get good angle, but the actual reaction of the player base is for everyone turtle on tank jobs. You can get hit a couple of times on tank and shrug it off. Every CE is the majority of players turtling the tank jobs or on a res job. Yeah, OC is one fate at a time. Boja could have multiple. Well, yeah, but that still doesn't add any gameplay to it. I remember waiting more in Boja, actually. So maybe that was just me. Maybe I'm misremembering. So there's only one fate and one one CE up at a time, but the frequency at which they happen is much faster, in my opinion, than Boja. And if that's the case, I much prefer the frequency over multiple fates. It's basically just boom, 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 just back to back to back to back to back. It's like you're going to a fate, then a CE, or a fate, fate, CE, fate, fate, CE. It's just nonstop. I actually really like that part. And, you know, honestly, if you miss one, who cares? Because you know that there's going to be another one like immediately. So I don't know, man. I mean, I think OC's pretty good in that regard. Nah, yeah, don't get me wrong. OC not having duels is also bad. Like, I personally don't really care about the duels, but I know a lot of people like them, and there's no reason not to have them. Not being able to play with the support job actions you want because the gameplay loop requires you to swap support jobs to a new one to contribute building EXP. Let's say I really like playing with Oracle. Too bad. You can't ever play with it because I need to level all my other support jobs. Okay, you know what's crazy about this? You spend the entire gameplay experience leveling support jobs that you don't care about instead of playing the ones that you actually want to play. There's also the hilarious thing of when you max out a support job and get its final skill, you never actually get to use it because you need to be swapping to a new support to level. This doesn't make any sense. You know how fast you level when you gold farm? Dude, you get a stupid amount of job EXP when you gold farm. Wait, gold farms don't let you level anymore? What do you mean? They kick you if you're not Cannoneer? You know you can make your own group, right? You guys have to understand something. You don't have to farm at an optimal level to farm. You understand that, right? Let me give you an example because some of you can't use your brains properly. When we were doing a gold farm yesterday, we farmed for maybe like an hour and a half, and I got somewhere around 12 or 13,000 gold, and I also leveled 2 jobs. I went with my friends and I said, hey, I'm going to level these jobs, but I'm going to tank. So you guys blast everything. I'm just going to level Thief. And then after I leveled Thief, I swapped to Cannoneer and someone else chose a job that they wanted to level. Yes, that much gold in 2 hours. You can actually make more, but we like took breaks and shit. When you guys gold farm, you do not have to all have Cannoneer. You don't have to run 6 tanks in Cannoneer. Yesterday, when we did that, we had 2 tanks. That was it. It's a big misconception that you need 6 tanks because I've been told a lot, like not in this particular moment, but I have been told yesterday we were talking about a little bit the day before, and people are like, nah, you got to run like 4, 5, 6 tanks, you chain home gangs and shit. You don't really have to do that, guys. I mean, yeah, it's the optimal route for always having home gang, which I'm not arguing that point, but what I'm saying is you can do it not optimally. Just a thought. Let's say you do it optimally and you get like 12,000 in an hour. Okay, well, if I only get 9,000 in an hour or 10,000 doing it non-optimally, but I'm also leveling jobs and I'm just doing it with my friends, what's the problem with that? I still got a shit ton of gold and I also leveled like 2 fucking jobs. To me, that's more optimal than the gold. Right? Because what I valued was leveling my jobs more than the gold. What I think is that you guys are just like, you guys aren't thinking for yourselves and you're just like going off of what other people tell you. Playing with randoms is a very different experience, even if I make my own party. I mean, okay. See, here's the thing, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's not an excuse. Then you kick people until you finally get people that are okay with doing it your way. Or you could just have like a couple friends, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys because this is an MMO. You're supposed to be social in an MMO. If you're not social in an MMO, then you're probably not going to be very good at this type of stuff. You're going to be at the mercy of randoms. And that's, I mean, like, I don't mean to sound mean, but that's a you problem, not their problem. That's a you problem. I feel like sometimes people forget that this is an MMO and this is supposed to be a social game. This is not a single player game, regardless of what all these fucking story Andies want to tell you that, oh, this is a single player game. No, it's not. At the core base of this is a MMO, multiplayer. So I'm going to tell you guys right now that you are going to continue running into issues like this if you continue to think this is a single player game, because you can look, man, you can think and do what you want. That's up to you. But what I said is true. If you don't have friends to play this game with, then you're going to run into issues like that. You can't argue that fact. And you can't argue that fact because I'm living proof. I literally got my friends together. I said, hey, let's go gold farm. If you guys want to level a job or 2, then we can, but we need X amount of Cannoneers. And that's what we did. I leveled my jobs and I swapped to Cannoneer. and then somebody else level the job. Like, you just take turns. But yeah, so like for those of you that are saying you have to have a group full of cannoneers, that's complete bullshit. You don't have to. Let's see. The complete destruction of the Eureka and Boja Gil economy. I mean, yeah, because it's outdated. It should be destroyed. It's completely outdated. It's been how many years since Eureka and Boja came out, bro? Like, the fuck? Why are all the rare drops from Eureka and Boja flowing out random chests in Occult? This point right here, I agree with, but I also disagree with. But I disagree with it, not because I'm upset about the economy. I'm upset because of Square Enix's laziness. So it has completely destroyed the economy of both of them. Good. Those items that are in those zones should be much more accessible now. It's been like 5 years. It's like saying, we don't want you to make Gil in Eureka and Boja. Only do Occult where you can make no Gil. Many of the rare drops and glamours from Eureka Boja tank to nothing in value. Well, this is a stupid point because the fucking content's like 5 years old, man. The economy shit now, that doesn't bother me. Because Gil in this game is very easy to make and there's nothing to spend your money on anyway. So whenever people complain about money in this game, I always think it's really funny. And it's just like a self-report that they've never played another MMO before. Or at least another MMO where money actually matters. Because Gil in this game doesn't mean anything. You could have 1 billion Gil or like 100 million. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, I've had the same, 201 million for like 9 years. It doesn't fucking matter, man. My biggest issue with the loot table is the fact that it was just laziness. They should have not only added the Eureka and Boja loot table, or at least the good shit from it. Like, I think it's stupid that I'm getting like a Pagos mitten. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck am I getting a Pagos mitten? Yeah, the real crime is Aether Spun Gold being RNG. Yes, that is true. My biggest issue is the fact that it was laziness. Like, they said we were getting more rewards, but we're not getting more rewards. We're getting repeat rewards, and there's a difference. I feel like it's a bit disingenuous for them to say, like, more rewards. Let's see. Fork Tower might be fun if you could get in with 48 people reliably, but its entrance method is the most pathetic trash I've ever seen. Okay, this I agree with 100%. This is not Eureka. Hydatos situation. Hydatos was 144 players. These instances only hold 72. How are you supposed to get 48 into an instance and do the content? And what is the merit of staying in Fork Tower instance when 2/3 of max players are inside of it? Yeah, so like, all of this is true. If Fork Tower was BA level difficult, it might not be so bad, but by all accounts, it's more difficult than Delubrum Savage. DSR let you queue in. Okay, I think it's around the same difficulty, actually. However, DRS did let you queue in. Is it really supposed to be puggable content? What are you smoking? There are constant body checks everywhere. The first enemy has tons of coordination checks. A single random player can also completely destroy your group, even on the very first enemy. This isn't true. Actually, a single person can, you know what's crazy is that the first AoE hits extremely hard, and typically a pug will die unless they're a tank. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but one thing you can do, if you get a sniper, just let them die on the first AoE and then just don't res them. Because if they're going to sneak in like that, then that's their punishment. You can misplace a meteor and live through one. Also, the knock-up stack, it just kills them, doesn't kill the other people. Such a blatant waste of time. There's zero reason that this isn't queuable. Now, a lot of this stuff, though, in this Fork Tower thing, a lot of this stuff I agree with 100%, actually. Yeah, Fork Tower is implemented very poorly.